Jacque, you had some starters out, but are there some lessons to learn from that fourth quarter, or how to close out a game properly?
I look at it entirely different perspective of we need everybody to be prepared to play. That could have been 3 games in 4 nights, 4 games in 5 nights, and we had a group in there that I wanted to keep those guys in for them to finish and to see what it feels like to finish at the end of the game. And good test, especially with Detroit having their stars in the game.
I recognize it's really early yet. You probably even haven't had the chance really to sit down with Keon, but how is Tobias, and was the ankle he hurt the same ankle that was sore previously?
Yes, it was the same ankle, and he's going to be okay. So it's good to see him out there, and I just talked to him, and he's going to be okay.
Do you think the first 3 quarters was maybe some of the best defense you played this preseason? I think you had like 16 steals, held them under 40% most of the night.
It was great to see. Like you said, pretty much under 40% most of the night. 9 points in the second, 18 in the third that we gave up. And so even though we didn't shoot the ball very well, it gave us a chance to win a ball game. And the deflections, the steals, the activity was great to see.
I think after the game in Houston, you said you'd like to see Victor being even more aggressive. How has he responded to that, and were you pleased with his aggression tonight?
I think on both ends of the floor. I think he was part of that unit that really got us going defensively, and with his pressure, our ability to create havoc on the defensive end of the floor, he was part of that. And then his attacks offensively. I specifically remember a shot of his getting blocked by Drummond, one of the best shot blockers in the league. I love it though. It gives us an aggressive mentality where we're dictating what's going on.
Coach, during that second quarter, you guys had a pretty big run that gave you guys that lead going into halftime. What were some of the things that you liked during that 20-5 run you saw at the end?
I think overall, the first thing I loved was our heads didn't go downwards at all. There was a confidence that we were still in the game, and there was a lot of game to be played. And I think we showed that by defensively getting into guys, creating turnovers, and creating the pace that we wanted to play at.
You guys seem to use a full court press or a full court pressure throughout the entire game. Did you see what you wanted to see out of that, and what was the thinking behind using that tonight?
Not the first time. We've used it in preseason before. It just gives us an aggressive mentality. Like I said, we're going to approach every game and we're going to try to dictate what goes on both ends of the floor. That's how we have to play, and I think I have a group that's committed to playing that way.
Coach, talk a little bit about Mo in that first quarter, especially with the way he's pressuring the basketball. How are you able to get him to play great defense like he was, pressuring the ball, but try to keep him out of foul trouble at the same time?
It's tough combination, especially he started out guarding Smith tonight. So picked up some early ones. I don't mind that though. The fact that he was playing aggressive, getting into passing lanes, really making guys make decisions under his direction, which was great to see. Then at the same time, he was efficient on the offensive end of the floor. He attacked the rim. So overall, very good night for Maurice.
We talked before the game about being smart with how the team is using fouls. I think Detroit had 12 free throw attempts in the first quarter, but after that it seemed to really lighten up. Were you happy with how they adjusted as the game went on? Is that part of kind of keeping your head up?
That's a part of maturation right there, is seeing how the game is flowing. There's different pace to every game, whether fouls are called early or not, and so being able to adjust to the referees, to the style of play, the physicality of play, that showed a lot by our group for sure.
Now, Coach, you guys shot 26% from 3 tonight. Everyone has a different philosophy as far as getting the ball to the three-point line, whether it's inside out or pick and roll. What do you want to work on more in the future to get those outside shots to fall so you guys can attack the basket a little bit easier?
Well, I love the fact that the number of threes we shot, I prefer more than 4 of them go in. That would help. But it's a great lesson for our group. We shoot 27% from 3, 11 for 18 from the free throw line, and we still win the ball game. Just because defensively we committed to the game. Hopefully those shots will start going in for us. I love the looks that we had tonight though. And we're getting those looks off penetration, early attack, which is great. So I love those early shots when the defense is in the set. I want us to get more of those in transition.
Coach, we got our first look at Ronnie Price tonight. He kind of reminded me, and maybe you, of another number 10 in town where you were playing with him as far as energy goes. Is that what he's been bringing in practice, and what has he been teaching some of the younger guys, both on and even off the court?
Best lesson is you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Ronnie Price played extremely hard tonight. He doesn't know what's going to happen overnight or tomorrow. He gave his all to his team tonight, and that's what he does. And then when he wakes up in the morning, you see that sunshine again, he'll give his all the next day in practice tomorrow, and then the next day in the game. And so that's what he's teaching our young fellas, that this is really a great job to have. Want to be in this league for a long time, and he's done it the right way, and I love having him in our locker room.
Was Nick nicked up tonight, or was this simply a rest night?
He was a late game scratch, and I talked to him before the game to see how he was doing. He was a little sore, and I said, have a nice day watching and cheering your teammates on there.
Coach, Mo did a little bit of everything in that second quarter for you. He had some steals, he put up points. What have you seen mostly from him from year 1 to year 2 as he's developed?
Well, I think overall, his attack on the offensive end of the floor. So I think he's committed to getting to the rim for us, and then when he gets open shots, taking them without hesitation. He's a guy that we're counting on to play defense for us every single night. I'm not sure who he's going to guard, but his deflections, his length, his ability to pressure the basketball, to get in passing lanes, that's important for us. It sets the tone for our defense, especially when he has 2 other guards around him with versatility. And so we're counting on Maurice to do that every single night for us, and I know he can do it.
Everyone good? All right, thank you. Okay.